Hi, this is Stray Passer, and welcome to my review of No Good Deed. I saw it this morning. There's my ticket stub. There it goes, focused. Yep. This stars Idris Elba and Tahiri Henson. Okay. I saw the trailer for this a few weeks ago, and for those who've seen the trailer, you know the basic story about this. It's basically about a escaped convict. You know, how he terrorizes a woman who's left home alone with two small kids. Again, and Tahira Henson and Idris Elba produced this as well, so that's good. Always good to see African Americans producing the movies while starring in them. That's good. And also Leslie Bibb is in this movie, and also Henry Simmons. Uh, and basically, like I said, it's about Idris Elba's character who plays Colin Evans. He's they kind of give you a little bit of his backstory in the beginning of the movie about how he's been suspected about the disappearance of five young women, and he's been convicted of manslaughter, and he apparently got into a fight with a guy in a bar who was apparently he thought was looking at his girl, and he killed him. So he convicted him of manslaughter, and he sentenced him, I think, to 5 to 15, and he served 5 years. And he's in the beginning of the movie, he goes in front of the parole board, to ask for, of course, for probation or parole, and but of course, he gives a story and says how he lost his temper and everything, and how he's learned and how he started a reading program and all this other BS. And then it comes to parole office, board's chance to speak on this. But one particular guy that basically this says, "Listen, that was a very good speech you made, but he tells his fellow board members, don't be fooled. Colin Evans is a sociopath. He's telling us basically what we want to know, and most sociopaths, he basically breaks it down, his character, and says how he always wants to be in control, and then the minute he loses control, he explodes. And you can see Idris Elba, his character, Colin Evans, you can see him slowly losing as this guy describing him to a T. He even basically gets up, and the story has to calm him down and tell him to sit down. And of course, they deny his parole. And like you see in the trailer, on the way back to prison, he basically escapes, murders the two guards, and escapes. Okay, now, uh, on the way, there's another part that I don't want to spoil, but he makes a stop prior to going on the road, and that stop is important later in the movie. But anyway, he drives on the road. He's driving on the road, and there's a storm, and he swerves to avoid and gets into a car accident. And like you see in the trailer, he comes upon Tara P. Henson's her house. Her character is named Terry, and she's a married lawyer, a stay-at-home mom. Used to be a former lawyer, and she's married to Henry Simmons' character. And she, you can tell in the beginning of the movie they give you a little backstory. Um, she decided to become a stay-at-home mom, and she has two kids, and you can tell there's a distance between her and her husband. He's always out and not spending enough quality time with her. And her friend, her best friend Meg, played by Leslie Bibb, even comments on that to her, when she stops by frequently. And then she's on her way, and she promises to come back for a girls' night in, excuse me. And of course, there's a storm raging, and her husband leaves to go spend the weekend with his father for his birthday. And of course, then you get this scene that you see in the trailer where his car, Colin Evans, Idris Elba's character, gets into a car accident, and he goes to the house where Terry is and basically asks her, to use the phone like you see in the trailer. And then he gets his way in. He kind of, she kind of feels sorry for him to stand out in the rain. There's a storm, so she invites him in, of course, and they get to talking. And like you see in the trailer, then he goes psycho. And there's a reason for that, which kind of ties in. There's a spoiler to this, which I don't want to spoil. There's a reason why it happens the way it happens, which I don't want to spoil. But like I said, mostly this is nothing you haven't seen before. Psycho, terrorizing a young. But what I like about this movie is the two leads in the movie. Idris Elba plays a great sociopath. He's just fantastic when he has these calm moments, and then he basically explodes with rage. And then you have Tahara P. Henson, who plays Terry, who's actually very resourceful. She's not your typical damsel in distress. She, she fights for her to protect her family, and she's very proactive. She's not one of these damsels in distress that falls down constantly and stuff. And she's really quite remarkable. And I also like Leslie Bibb's character, who's playing as the kind of more, he basically says what she wants, or basically speaks her mind. Okay, and basically like she's telling Terry that that your husband needs to spend more time with you, and and stop being out so much. Okay, and she basically tells her, like it is. But anyway, but like I said, I like the chemistry between Idris Elba and Tara Henson, because like I said in the beginning, when he first gets into the house and they kind of start talking and get to know each other, and you can see that she's just happy to have human, adult conversation, because she, like I said, she's mostly in the house. She spends all the time with her kids because her husband's always out and stuff. So she likes that interaction, and she even flirts a little bit with him. But like I said, in Idris Elba, he goes full psycho. He's like I said, he's a full sociopath, not psychos, sociopath. Like I said, he has those moments where he's quiet and then where he explodes in rage. And like I said, Tara Henson is not your typical damsel in distress. She's very resourceful, and she does what she has to do to protect her family. And I like that about this movie. Like I said, this movie is about 90 minutes, a little bit less maybe, and it moves and it keeps you interested. And like I said, the people I saw the movie, because it was packed when I saw it, the movie, you engaged in the movie, and people were cheering and doing interact. So the movie resonated with a lot of people, and it resonated with me too. Exactly, and I enjoyed it. Like I said, it's nothing that you haven't seen before. Psycho terrorizes women, except like I said, this woman is not doesn't act like a helpless damsel in distress. She actually is proactive in trying to get away and do what she has to do to protect her family. And I liked the movie. I liked it, and so I'm going to give it a 7.5. Like I said, I really enjoyed this film. Like I said, and it's mostly because of the two leads in the movie. They had a nice chemistry, and they played their parts very well. Okay, so definitely, like I said, there's a spoiler in it that kind of connects why something happens, which happens later in the movie. It kind of it's a twist. And I have to admit, when I first was watching the movie, and I first saw the twist, I said, "Come on." That that was like a little bit too, but it still didn't deter me from enjoying the film, and I did. I really enjoyed it. So again, a 7.5. Like I said, nothing you haven't seen before, and you can pretty much predict how it's going to happen, how it's going to go, but like I said, the two lead actors make the movie for me. Okay. So anyway, let me know what you think. If you've seen No Good Deed, tell me what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below, and if you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.